Of all immigrants seeking residency in America, perhaps few have suffered more or are more at risk than children. The United States State Department records the epidemic level of violence plaguing countries like Honduras and El Salvador as being critically high, with Honduras having the ignoble title of the murder capital of the world, where 20 killings occur every day in a population of just 8 million. Gang violence is endemic through Central America, and according to a recent study by the UN High Commission for Refugees, 58% of a cohort of 400 unaccompanied minors could reasonably qualify for refugee protection under international law by fleeing the reality of join-or-die gang recruitment being leveled at them and their families. The number of children entering the U.S. is absolutely staggering. In 2014, Border Patrol agents apprehended over 47,000 unaccompanied children in a 10-month span from January 1st through October 1st, a 92% increase over the same period of only 1 year earlier, with an increasing number of females and children under the age of 13. Children arriving with their families are also under increasing threat of being separated from their parents in a concerted effort by U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions and the Trump administration to send a warning to would-be immigrants thinking of making the journey to America. By U.S. federal law, a child immigrant can only be held for 72 hours before being turned over to the Department of Homeland Security's Office for Refugees, where an attempt is made to connect them with family members who may be living in the U.S., or to other agencies tasked with providing temporary housing for them while they wait for an immigration hearing and possible expatriation. But a recent report from the Health and Human Services Department found that over 1,400 children went missing in 2017 alone. Smugglers and human traffickers, often working for the very same gangs these children are looking to flee from, find easy prey among these children. Rape and gang violence are commonplace on the long path to America's southern border, but less than 1/3 are looking to join family in the north and are instead risking everything, including their lives, in an effort to escape the near certainty of violence directed at them or their families in their country of origin. Despite their uniquely vulnerable position when entering America, there are precious few legal provisions to ensure their safety upon arrival. Not surprisingly, neither adults nor children are guaranteed the right to legal counsel to help navigate the bewilderingly complex maze that is immigration law. But there are a couple points of light amongst all this darkness. The Flores Agreement was passed by Congress in 1997, which, among its provisions, required the government to release children to an adult as soon as possible and to ensure all facilities where children are held to be humane. But it wasn't until 2003 that the Office of Refugee Resettlement made appreciable changes to see these provisions implemented. In 2008, California Senator Dianne Feinstein was able to see the passage of the Unaccompanied Alien Protection Act that further reinforced the provisions of the earlier Flores Agreement and extended pro bono legal representation to children in the immigration system. But there is still so much work to be done to ensure the safety and well-being of the children who are already here and the countless children still to come. In these children, the promise of tomorrow exists, as well as the scars of a reality that has been tainted by violence and a profound lack of concern from adults. The esteemed Lebanese-American poet and author Khalil Gibran, who himself was a child immigrant to America in the late 19th century, wrote the following in his poem, On Children. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. Thus, we need to cherish the living arrows among us and see that our actions are such that they allow all children the opportunity to strike their mark on their long path towards infinity. For in the words of author C.J. Peterson, hearts that beat to the tune of kindness can change the rhythm of the world. Thank you. And so it is.